Jeddah Season Super Boxing League as we now move on to the middleweight division. Abdul Fatah from the Jeddah Sharks will take on Lomotey from the Jeddah Tigers. For the final introductions, let's go inside that ring with Jared Kyle.
Ladies and gentlemen, making his way to the ring, Kyle Lomotey!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcoming to the ring, Kyle Lomotey, sporting a 6-0 record from the United Kingdom and has a tall task for his team.
He certainly does. Kyle Lomotey is another up-and-coming English boxer that is undefeated and has shown an enormous amount of promise in his relatively young professional career thus far. He talks about being a slippery fighter, and I full-heartedly agree with that assessment. He uses being southpaw to his full advantage, using front foot placement to keep himself in advantageous positions against orthodox fighters in a textbook manner. He pivots out off the pocket very nicely. He's slick and dangerous on the inside and has the ability to strike effectively from both the inside and at distance.
And his opponent from the Jeddah Sharks, making his way to the ring, Abdul Fatah!
From the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, welcome to the ring, Abdul Fatah, proud Saudi fighter representing the Jeddah Sharks, who are in a super advantageous position here.
Yes, they certainly are, and they've got their man Abdul Fatah. He has a large portion of the Jeddah public on his back here tonight, as he's the only fighter on this card who currently lives and trains here locally in this beautiful Saudi Arabian city. Along with Suhair Al-Qatani, who we just saw, Fatah was the first born Saudi boxer to actually box professionally inside the kingdom, and I can promise you that he's going to step up to this challenge tonight.
We'll find out soon enough as we move to the tail of the tape. Abdul Fatah for the Sharks takes on Lomotey from the Tigers. Both fighters weighed in approximately the same weight. A huge reach advantage goes to the Brit man Lomotey.
Ladies and gentlemen, first we introduce the red corner, weighing in at 73 kilograms and standing at 5 feet 11 inches tall, hailing from the United Kingdom, representing the Jeddah Tigers. Give it up for Khan Vs And his opponent fighting out of the blue corner. This fighter stands at 6 feet 1 inches tall and weighed in at 72.4 kilograms. Fighting out of Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. Make some noise for Abdul Fatah! Ladies and gentlemen, as the action begins, the referee for the fight, Mauricio Rinaldo.
Clean boxing or commander, okay? Good luck.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We move up in weight and now go to the middleweight division. The Jeddah Tigers and the Jeddah Sharks have been going at each other in this wonderfully stacked undercard, and it's been a pleasure for me calling it so far. My name is Arjun Chapalkatti, joined by Nick Jones as Kyle Lomotey from the Tigers takes on Abdul from the Sharks.
So Abdul Fatah's got the support of his hometown crowd here
indeed.
tonight, but that's a lot of pressure too. And some people rise up to the occasion when that pressure's on, and some people fold. So we're going to see how Fatah handles it here tonight, because this is also the stiffest test of his career to date.
Definitely, I agree with you. Lomotey is certainly the more experienced fighter. The international fighter comes in with a lot of international experience into this wonderful city of Jeddah on this platform that the Super Boxing League have provided for them. But you're right, Abdul has a chance of a lifetime. He's fighting in front of his hometown. He's got a great chance, and the pressure would be enormous as well.
Absolutely. Lomotey finding his range right now just lit him up with a nice uppercut on the inside. One thing you're going to notice about Lomotey, and he talks about moving to elite boxing earlier this year and really sharpening his technique, is he moves really, really well, subtly left and right on the inside. He also pumps out his jab a lot. He oftentimes uses it more as a rangefinder and to set up other strikes, but he controls range extremely well, as we're seeing right now.
Both men in a feel-out process here after that frenetic pace of a fight in the last round.
Oh my God, how are we going to match anything like that? You know, I have a feeling we're going to see a lot more action tonight, Arjun, and I hope we do.
And you're seeing some action right now with Kyle Lomotey slowly finding his range and distance, landing some good body shots. But Abdul taking his time, staying patient. He's got that guard up high as we reach the midway point of this opening round.
Lomotey tends to build pace as he finds his range and as the fight moves on. Fatah's going to have a lot to endure, both cardiovascularly and technique-wise. So far, he seems to be reading what he can from Lomotey too, but not finding any openings to capitalize on.
Well, you know what, Nick? What we've learned throughout our years of calling fights and boxing, all it takes is one shot to change the entire spectrum.
Absolutely, the dynamic can shift instantly. Lomotey, again, finding his range. Nice jab cross combination that landed. Fatah's got to move his head off to the side and take angles. He can't pull straight back and he can't lift his chin up. He's not Floyd Mayweather. He doesn't have that sort of reaction time on the inside. And if he keeps doing that, especially with the reach of Lomotey, he's going to be in for a long or short night.
You know, Abdul, on the same hand, Lomotey has been getting off fairly well so far, but Fatah is really picking his shots. I don't know if he's gun shy or he's just taking his time. Maybe it's a feel-out process. Maybe the pressure of being in front of his hometown, his family, the crowd, in front of royalty in this wonderful venue in Jeddah.
Absolutely.
Sometimes it can get to a fighter.
Plus, when you've got somebody that's slick and has speed and is really loose, and you haven't seen that before, it can be a little overwhelming. And to Fatah's defense, he doesn't quite have the level of training here. But that's something that Super Boxing League and Amir Khan are looking to change here in Jeddah. They're establishing themselves here in Jeddah to produce world champions, to give people like Fatah all the facilities and resources they need to improve their game and become international threats.
Absolutely. We come to the end of round number 1 of this middleweight contest between Lomotey and Fatah. We take a look at the replay soon enough, but Nick, I think this was a very slow round for Abdul. He took his time. Lomotey, though, spent a lot of his time setting up his range and those strikes.
Yeah, as we can see, he's pulling out his jab, using it more as a rangefinder is Lomotey. He found his reach with that cross, hit him with it several times. Here we go, pulling again, coming up the inside, catches him with a nice lead uppercut after the cross was blocked. And again, just 3-punch combinations. The last one's finding the mark almost every time. Fatah's got to make some adjustments. He's got to use lateral movement, and he's got to move his head on the inside. He can't keep it on the center line.
Very well said, Nick, but none of them put him in any sort of trouble so far.
They did not.
But right now, the Sharks, though, enjoy a 3-point lead, which takes some of the pressure off of Fatah here. And Kyle Lomotey, though, needs to amp it up, because if they lose 1 or 2 more, it's all over.
Yeah, they can't afford to lose too many more fights here tonight if they want to get the team win. Fatah holding his ground. I think that's what we need to see from Fatah. He's losing the fight when he backs up, whether he's moving laterally or he's moving straight back. Absolutely. He's got to try to put some forward pressure on, make Lomotey respect his power so that he's not so eager to come forward and open up with his shots.
Lomotey as well, taking his time. He's picking his shots, landing his 1-2s, definitely scoring a lot of points on that judge's scorecard. Fatah, though, needs to get off his block and start throwing some combinations of his own.
No doubt.
He needs to get Lomotey to respect him.
Lomotey just landed a beautiful clean uppercut on the inside.
Fatah trying to come over with the right hook of his own, but Lomotey here,
nice right hand. That's what he needs to gain the respect of Lomotey.
And you can see the crowd came in behind that, but Lomotey woke up with that one immediately and tried to turn the pressure on.
Fatah's got to come forward and stay aggressive.
And that's, a shot like that, a combination like that only gives a fighter confidence.
That's absolutely right.
He's going to open up far more and he will shrug off those nerves.
Another thing that Fatah's got to do as well is he's got to keep his lead foot to the outside of Lomotey's. Every time Fatah starts to move right, he's giving up offensive and defensive angles that Lomotey's making him pay for. Look, he's moving his lead foot to the outside a little bit right now.
Stepped on each other as well.
They did. He's actually moving his foot onto his foot.
Beautiful straight left by Lomotey, and he's catching him with those 1-2 combinations.
Fatah's moving in the right direction now. He's got to keep moving to the left. Every time he moves to the right, he's either eating an uppercut or a cross from Lomotey.
He needs to stay off that straight power left. But Fatah, though, moving a lot better than he was in round number 1.
Absolutely. He's landed by far the best shots of his fight so far, but he's got to do more of it. He's got to stay active. He's not quick enough to just stay fairly stationary and hope to counter. He's got to initiate the offense.
Man, that uppercut came from all across Riyadh. I've said that more than once here, ladies and gentlemen. Please forgive me.
That's all right, my man. I like it every time. Lomotey landed another jab. Really comfortable. Watch how quick his feet are when he wants to move to the outside. He's looking to do that. He's landed his jab, quickly shuffling to the outside and seeing if he's got an opening for uppercut or cross. Fatah countered with his own good footwork just a second ago, but he's got to open up with offense, does Fatah. He's getting picked apart on the outside.
Fatah tends to turtle up a little bit after that 1-2-3 combination.
Very good point.
Lomotey has a tendency of moving as soon as he lands that.
Yes. You got to get yourself out of the heat zone after you strike.
30 seconds remaining in this second round. But you know, we can get back to talking about a little bit about Amir Khan and his influence here. He really wants to promote boxing and create champions from this part of the world. And like you said so rightfully, that gives Fatah a great opportunity
to develop his game a little more and pick up the tools. We got Lomotey coming back right now, hard left hand down the pipe. Lomotey put on pressure, but as you were justifiably explaining what Amir Khan and Super Boxing League are going to be doing down here, Fatah established some forward pressure, got Lomotey moving backwards and landed the best combinations of this fight.
Let's quickly take a look at the replay. Lomotey, it was all Lomotey this round, landed a few good combinations, but there you go, Fatah came back with a few of his own.
He sure did. Here comes Lomotey with a cross right down the pipe, moving his head a little bit, waiting for a counter, slipping off to the side, just missing that counter from Fatah, but Fatah comes back with another right hand, gets a little bit of damage done. Here we see Lomotey opening up, Paulin finding the opening, just touching him. He doesn't need to hurt him, he's just touching him, and the accumulation is doing damage.
No, it's a confidence boosting. For him as well, because the more shots he lands on his opponent, the better he's going to feel inside that ring.
No doubt. And again, even if it's a shot to the head, it zaps your cardio. It's a cardio leecher. Any punch that you eat is going to stay on you for a period of time. And while it's on you, you're not only hesitant to strike, but it's taking your energy. Fatah's got to do some damage of himself to thwart the forward pressure, and he did a little bit at the end of that round.
We're at the halfway point, and Fatah wants a chance to win this fight. He needs to start turning up the pressure with those combinations. You can see he's already started toying out with that jab, trying to establish some range here. But Lomotey seems to have turned it up a notch.
The crowd getting behind Fatah right now, trying to put some will into their hometown fighter. He's got to get some offense going. Lomotey stands right in front of him, but now Fatah's coming back.
Now Fatah, you know what, Fatah after a point might need to make this a dirty dogfight, because on points, Lomotey is far ahead of him.
You're absolutely right. He's got to make this a brawl. He doesn't have the skill or the speed, unfortunately. I mean, that is no insult.
No, absolutely not.
But
it's always a learning curve.
Absolutely. But if you can make it dirty, you can open up things for yourself that otherwise wouldn't be available.
Sometimes the greatest fighters in the world have been victim to a dirty boxing technique.
Absolutely.
Sometimes even a fighter, if he doesn't have the best technique, still Fatah looks like he can pack a punch. And if he catches Lomotey with a short hook, he might really do some damage.
Lomotey's he's got such good footwork. Every time Fatah gets him trapped, it's one step at the right angle, his back foot follows, and he's out of trouble.
Look at that, I love that little shuffle side step and comes in with that straight down the pipe.
That's unconventional too, because he's making that shuffle to the inside of his opponent's lead foot.
Exactly.
Manny Pacquiao uses that technique really well. It's not easy to do, especially to land a two-punch combination when you're moving to the inside, but Lomotey's slick and he's making it happen.
Well, it's pretty easy for Manny Pacquiao, and Lomotey making it look good here as well.
Absolutely.
In this beautiful middleweight contest. But yeah, like we discussed, this is a real learning experience for Fatah, because this is his first time under the lights in a big card at home, and he's taking on a very, very tough opponent.
And he's fighting his heart out, man. He's got a lot to be proud of right now. He's eaten some shots, but he hasn't taken any great damage.
Exactly.
And he's still very much in this fight, but that was a clean left hand that just landed from Lomotey.
He's got a chin on him, that's for sure, does Fatah.
Here we go, Fatah's got to keep him in the corner and open up the combinations.
Go. But look at Lomotey, beautiful head movement.
Oh my God, what counter speed.
Wonderful.
Lomotey's just so slick on the inside.
That's the right word, slick. Fatah doing his best though, trying to open up near the turnbuckle. He's looking for that range. But a beautiful jab by Lomotey.
That one stung him.
That stung him indeed.
What Lomotey does really well is a lot of time he uses the jab as a pawing jab as opposed to using it to do offensive damage. But then when you least expect it, he puts venom on it and snaps it right in your face. So it's changing up the pace, speed, and timing, makes it really unpredictable.
It is very, very unpredictable. Lomotey though, as we end round number 3, what a great fight we have. So a real technical battle here. And you can see the difference between the fighters. You can see that Lomotey is slightly more experienced. We take a look at the replay again. It was all Lomotey.
Absolutely finding his range, keeping it where he wants it, opening up his combinations, but Fatah digging deep. He's got grit. He's not going to give up, especially here in his hometown of Jeddah. And he's doing some damage when he can, but Lomotey's just taking the angles that he needs to do his own damage at the right time.
So you know what, and this will be a really, really good learning experience for Fatah, because he looks at a fighter like Lomotey who is so technically sound. His angles, his punches, his timing, his movement, his everything seems to be on the money.
He's also doing a really good job of mixing up shots to the body and then to the head. Every time Fatah goes to block or cover his body, Lomotey's mixing it up with either a hook or a cross upstairs, and that's a really, really hard thing to defend against, especially when you have a speed disadvantage.
Fourth and final round as we continue this great battle between Abdul from the Jeddah Sharks taking on Lomotey from the Tigers, who are leading 7-3 as of now. So from what we see right now on the points, Lomotey might take the decision. Well, you never know. There are 3 more minutes to go.
Fatah can still win this fight. All it takes is one shot. But he's going to have to move forward and throw combinations.
Beautiful combination, beautiful straight right. He got off the center line and sent that straight down the pipe with Lomotey.
Fatah's not fast enough to react to what Lomotey's doing. He's got to initiate the offense.
What I noticed so clearly about both these men is that their cardio is on point. None of them look even a little tired in the 4th round.
No doubt. Very good point. And Lomotey pivots out off of his strikes so well. Look at that footwork, subtle footwork. He doesn't have to move very far at all because he's taking the right step at the right time. It's so efficient with his energy. It puts him in position to counter if he wants. Certainly not get hit himself. It's a thing of beauty to watch.
It's, you know, it's footwork and distance is what sometimes gets you the result. It gets you, it's the power, of course. There are fighters who can wing from a distance and knock you out, but the greatest fighters in the world have emphasized of being in the right position at the right time.
If you're in the right position at the right time, you can use half the amount of energy of your opponent and do twice the damage.
Exactly. You see that with the greatest fighters in the world. You see Canelo Alvarez, you see Pacquiao.
Fatah just connected. He got the respect back. That was a big right hand.
Up there. You can see Lomotey for a second there, backed off.
Here he comes again. He's feeling it. He's putting it on.
Abdul needs to go for broke here, because at this point he's going to lose the fight if he keeps going the way he does. He needs to bull rush him and try his luck.
He absolutely needs to, and he's not doing. I mean, it's so hard to do that when you land 2 shots and then you get countered 3 times for the 2 shots you landed. It's so discouraging.
Absolutely is. And Lomotey is not making it easier either. Just missed with that right hook, but Lomotey going to work to the head and body.
That beautiful right hook and then pivots out off of it. I mean, it's just so slick. It's so textbook. Fatah's got no answer for it.
Shot to the body by Lomotey. And now how he controls that range. Beautiful, beautiful footwork.
That's the angles I'm talking about, man.
Unbelievable.
Fatah's got grit. He's coming after him. He's not going to give up until the referee calls a stop to this fight or the round ends. There's no doubt about that.
A little more than 30 seconds remaining in this 4th and final round. But Lomotey just seems to be in the groove. Combinations and circles out beautifully. Look at that. I mean...
Yeah, he's too elusive.
Yeah, he is. He really is. But Fatah, though, is hanging in there. He's a warrior. He's staying in it. And he's putting on a show for his fans at home. Lomotey needs to be careful, though, because Fatah does have a lot of power. But we end the 4th and final round, and you can see the crowd is appreciating the performance. A few boos in the audience for Lomotey, but you know, that's how the sport is.
No doubt. And regardless of how they feel about Lomotey personally, gotta respect the skills that he just displayed in front of us. Fatah has a lot to be proud of. He fought his heart out in here. He was just outclassed by a better fighter. As we watch some of the combination work, some of the slick movement of Lomotey throughout this fight, controlling the distance perfectly. Even when he's back up, when he's backing up, he was able to do damage. Fatah able to block some of the shots coming through, but when you got such a speed disadvantage, it's impossible to move forward and not eat strikes.
And you know what I noticed after the first round, when he felt he got a taste of Abdul's power, he decided a more slick approach. He was more fleet-footed, he was cutting better angles, he was in and out, didn't give Fatah a chance to plant down and land the power shots.
Yeah, no, it's such an advantage to have when you've got footwork and speed. And you can tell, I mean, Lomotey's been training with a higher level of opponent than Fatah has, and that forces you to be slick to survive.
But that's what the dream plan was by Amir Khan, is to get the right facilities, get the right centers, get the right trainers into this wonderful country and promote the sport.
And it's already happening.
And it's already happening in the Super Boxing League.
Absolutely. Gyms are already opening up everywhere. The process has begun, and what a way to get this kicked off here tonight.
It's been a wonderful undercard so far, and great crowd here. A lot of people supporting the sport. But let's quickly go inside the ring for the final decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 4 rounds of action here at King Abdullah Sports City, we go to the judges' scorecards. Judge Ingo scored about 39-37. Judge Aguido scored about 40-36. Judge Rene scored about 40-36, declaring the winner by unanimous decision from the Jeddah Tigers, Khan Lomotey.
Just as we suspected, Kyle Lomotey has done the job. Jeddah Tigers and the Sharks now are separated by only 1 point. That's the beauty of this point scoring system. It always, no matter what we say, what we predict, it always goes down to the wire.